Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is my sacred ministry, and my name is Amber. Today is February 2nd. It is a Monday, which means that it is ruled by the moon, which is a feminine energy. Today, the 2-2 portal is a feminine energy because ultimately it is a 5. The moon is currently at 22 degrees of Leo. We had our full moon in Leo yesterday, full snow moon. And where I am in the world, we received 13 inches of snow. The full moon was at 13 degrees of Leo, with the sun at 13 degrees of Aquarius. 13 meaning death and rebirth and divine feminine. So there is a lot of synchronicity that is going on. Now, 22 or 2-2 is the master builder. And the energy today is that of the Holy Mother. A huge chunk of snow just came off the roof. Okay. The triple goddess, Isis, Hathor, and Ma'at. Okay. The triple goddess is also associated with Saint Bridget's sacred flame, which is also today. This is a celebration of the light returning, the approaching spring. Okay. So, keywords for today: harmony, nurture, truth, wisdom, magic. Isis is the goddess of magic. Hathor is the goddess of wisdom. And Ma'at is the goddess of truth. They are all an embodiment of the Divine Mother, the Holy Mother. Now, the astrology today that is impactful, the moon being our feminine energy and our emotions, and the sun being the masculine energy, the Christ. Okay, the sun is currently at 13 degrees of Aquarius still. Mercury, which is our messenger planet, it influences the way we speak, how we travel, short distance travel, and relationships between siblings. Okay. Mercury is at 22 degrees of Aquarius, directly opposing the moon at 22 degrees of Leo. Now, Mercury 22 degrees Aqua. Aquarius is information coming from higher realms and being poured out, moving through a vessel, a gift of knowledge, higher knowledge, which is why it is ruled by Uranus, the higher mind. That is important because Uranus is currently at 27 degrees 27 minutes of Taurus and will station direct tomorrow. It has been retrograde since September. Now, what does that mean? That means that the energy moves inward, okay? When it stations direct, that energy then is projected outward. It's a significant increase of energy. Now, 2727 is an angel number. Angel number 2727 encourages you to become more self-aware by exploring aspects of yourself with curiosity rather than judgment. Once you see yourself clearly and are self-aware, you can develop new life skills and create a more contented and joyful life. It also deepens the connection you have with yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Ask yourself what you need and what is vital to your well-being. Then set out to fulfill those needs. Ask yourself what gifts you have to share with the world and how best to utilize them. Now, that's very interesting because there is a lineup in Aquarius. Again, Aquarius energy, the house of the gods. Information. Our messenger planet, Mercury, is there at 22 degrees. Venus, our personal expression of love. How we love, who we love. And what we love. Venus is at 20 degrees. The sun, like I said, is at 13. 20, Venus, that's judgment. And another 2. So Mercury and Venus right next to each other, 222, which represents balance. The sun at 13 degrees, death and rebirth. Mars at 7 degrees. Mars is action, 7 is chariot, forward movement. Pluto at 3. 3 represents the feminine and it represents alignment. Pluto is truth. So we have the way we speak and what we speak. How we love, who we love, and why we love. Our sense of God, our action, and our truth, all lined up in the house of the gods. Higher information. That's powerful. With Uranus, the higher mind, okay, coming in with encouragement to embrace authenticity, to know thyself. Now, in Taurus, Taurus is the mother, okay? January, February, March, April. It's 5. It's a 5-month. Today is numerologically a 5. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Uranus will station direct tomorrow. It has been retrograde since September of 2025. That cycle started in 2018 when it moved into Taurus. It has been there since 2018, minus a short stay in Gemini before it retrograded. Okay. So there's a completion there. Not only that, but whatever was completed, it is completed for good, because we're not coming back to this degree point in our lifetimes. Maybe if you're, well, no, not in our lifetimes. 11:11 on the clock. Higher path. So whatever started in 2018 is coming to final completion. And we are being asked what we learned and to now implement it. Uranus is the galactic fixer, okay? He makes the changes that are needed. He is a lightning planet, sudden movement, sudden shift, sudden change, okay? Rules over electricity as well as Mercury. Technology. Sudden breakthroughs, epiphanies, ideas, and insights. Okay. When he stations direct, there will be freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom of movement. Again, this is tomorrow. Anytime a planet goes retrograde, it is a turning inward of the energy. That's what that means. The planets themselves influence our etheric field, okay, which is outside of our physical body. We don't physically feel them. We energetically feel them. And the energy right now is that of upgrade. Profound upgrade. Miracles that will make you feel like you are dreaming are about to be released. Angel number 808 came through. Visibility arrives. Your behind the scenes work can't stay hidden. You're being moved into the spotlight, however that resonates for you. And your inner knowing says you're ready. The opportunities arriving now are meant for you. So rise, say yes, and let yourself be seen. This is about aligning with destiny. Shifting us towards higher purpose, higher calling. I've received the audible statement. Meet people where they're at and then lift them higher. Aquarius rules the 11th house, which is our house of service. service to humanity. And we are in an age of higher understanding, the expansion of consciousness and awareness. The term light worker is used frequently amongst people that practice some sort of spirituality. This simply means that emanating your natural light, the light of your heart, your spirit, your soul, and using that in the world. That's what a light worker does. They work their light, work with their light. This is something that every single person can do. Meet people where they're at, then lift them higher. That is your light work. It is not difficult, actually. It can be large acts of service, and it can be very small pleasantries, comforts provided. And everything in between. Now, I got a couple of cards. First, this card. Now, full moon in Leo. Right off the bat, Mars is here. Okay, the red planet, which does talk about anger and aggression, would be the more negative emotions of Mars. Negative simply meaning the opposite of happiness and cooperation. Those emotions would belong to Jupiter and Venus. 20 is judgment. Venus is sitting at 20 degrees. This card, loss. This talks about emotional pain, grief, sadness, and a resurrection. The overcoming. Okay? Facing yourself and your past actions that led to grief, sadness, and ultimately resurrection. This is where we look at our masculine energy, which we all have, and we decide to either take responsibility for ourselves and step into leadership of our lives, or we blame others and we try to dominate situations, control, by creating a power dynamic through some form of emotional manipulation. Option 1, stepping into leadership of our lives and taking responsibility for ourselves, our actions, our past, and viewing it understanding it as lessons learned, wisdom gained, okay? We didn't come here to be perfect. That would defeat the purpose of life. Life is about facing challenge and learning, figuring it out through trial and error, observation, research, a variety of avenues, but learning how to and then doing. Option one will transform you, evolve you, give you something to build upon, and move you forward. Option two, which is blaming others and trying to dominate situations by creating a power dynamic through some form of emotional manipulation, will dig a hole that will eventually cave in on you and become your tomb. You can fly or you can fall. The choice is yours. Now, as Uranus stations direct, it's going to move out of Taurus, which is an earth sign. It is our first experience of stability, which is why it's associated with the mother, the home, and the first year of life. Second year. Probably second year. Our first understanding of being nurtured, being safe. Okay? That's Taurus. Uranus is going to take what was experienced. All right. Washington, D.C. I have a call from Washington, D.C. Huh. Wow. Feel kind of special. It's probably a telemarketer, but still. Interesting. That is a first. Keep in mind that I was talking about Uranus. It's going to move into Gemini, okay, which is the sign of the mind and thought. It's going to implement what was experienced. It's going to create beliefs. It's going to speak progressively. And you can create from wisdom, or you can create from pain, anger, and manipulation, deception. Either way, you're going to create reality. Which one do you want to live in? Keep in mind that all experience is a form of learning. All is powerful. There are no mistakes. Every loss and every victory is adding to your magic, Goddess Isis. Adding to your wisdom, Goddess Hathor. By revealing truth, Goddess Mat. Divine truth is eternal love. We have the rainbow, which is the spectrum of light, heaven. We have the sun, the Christ, the masculine, the Father. And we have our DNA. The environment is perfect for awakening. Like waking up to a sunbeam. It is love. It's beautiful. Feels warm and safe. Happiness, harmony, and fulfillment, number 24. Divine truth is eternal love. This is the dark and the light. This is the learning and the growth. We must hold both. We must understand that we are both student and teacher. To ourselves, first and foremost. Leadership of our life. To be in the light or to be enlightened both mean the same. When you can look upon your experience with compassion and forgiveness, with grace, and simply choose to step up and move forward. No resentment, no anger. You choose different. You choose different. In this moment, I choose fill in the blank. Based upon wisdom gained in harmony with God and love for yourself and life itself. You move towards happiness and fulfillment because you are in truth. You rejoin the positive life wave that is evolving and transcending, ascending as well. You are allowing truth and choosing from faith, anticipating progress, expecting improvement, literally bringing it into physical existence. You are opening to the heavenly realms and allowing them to move through you into physical reality. And then I heard the view is different from the top. I don't know if you heard that. That is my tiger that lives in there. Darkness and light, holding both, learning from both, then consciously choosing which path to take. This is temperance. This is alchemy. This is peace. You can't make the proper decision without all the information. That doesn't make some information good and some bad. It is information, and it is needed to choose properly. I just got a very interesting feeling in my throat chakra, like I was being squeezed. Interesting. Oh my God, this last card made me cry. Happy tears. So this one, there's an awakening of the DNA, a remembering of ancient truths, plus new codes of light, which activate higher potentials. Angels and ascended masters are lifting you up to walk a higher path. And I'm literally seeing them picking you up and putting you on like some form of wire board. It's like lifting you up to a place that you couldn't step onto. It's too high. So they're giving you an assist powerfully to move up. And then I asked if there was anything more. Number 44, which literally is my angel number. And it means the angels are with you, present. Okay? That full moon. Okay? The water. That's not water, it's a flame. It's a blue flame. But, emotion. Ocean of emotion. It's interesting when you think about the ocean, it can be serene and just beautiful, soothing, cleansing, bringing you back to life, releasing all stress because it's just so lovely to look at. Beautiful. That same ocean can rage and destroy absolutely anything in its path. Anything. The largest ship, the strongest structure is no match for the power. Huge icicles are falling. I think that's interesting. So, this card says, Ocean of Eternal Love, Healing, Creativity, and Fertility, number 44. The blue flame. This is what I see when I look at this card. The blue flame, which represents spontaneous awakening. This is a womb space. This is fertile soil. This is being held by the mother and soothed by her love. Protected, purified by the flame. All that is not you, is not holy, is not pure, is burned away by this gentle, cool flame. And you are washed clean, restored, rested, and renewed. I'm sorry that I'm shaking. I had to shovel today and I can barely move my arms. It was a great workout. It was a little more than I needed. But successful nonetheless. Okay. So then this last piece, going back to, oh, my stomach, to numbers and meaning. 12, even number. In this deck, I don't have the card out here, there is 12 means sacred heart with a flaming heart. This is a symbol of Christ. And it represents that masculine passion, love, and Christ being spiritual communication. So something about the 12th dimension as well. So something about the 12th dimension is that in that dimension, there is not like a money exchange, okay? There is no proving your value. Your value is inherent. It is known. When you desire something, you receive it. And I'm talking about the things that we must acquire to sustain us on a day-to-day basis. Information is not withheld. Okay? Resources are not withheld. However, you are responsible for what you do completely. But that's also inherent and known. Okay? So people are acting in a very different capacity. This is the Christ acting with love and respect for others and for themselves. Everyone has magic. Everyone applies their magic. And we all grow together. There is not fighting. Okay? There can be difference of opinion, difference of perspective. That's actually something that is encouraged because that brings information and understanding. You want someone with a different perspective. That person will teach you something that you can't perceive on your own. It doesn't have to be a fight. And because you are responsible, you're not creating things that cause harm or behaving in a manner that causes harm because you are just harming yourself. There is no competition, okay? No comparison of value or importance. Everyone is valuable. Everyone's important. This is Christ energy. Now, 13, this is the feminine. So the Christ brings the information when you're thinking about it physically, it's a downward, heaven to earth. When you're thinking about it numerologically, numerically, it is a progression. Nonetheless, 13 is a reflection period. It is a receiving of the information. And in that receiving, it is processing. It is reflecting upon. It is self-examining. Becoming aware using discernment of illusions and distortions versus truth and fact and personal experience. And it's incubating this information to be reborn into 14, which is alchemy, the balancing of the two. Fourteen is alchemy, holding both, understanding both, because you know both. Being at peace. This is the foundation for higher purpose. This is divine potential. This is how we come to understand divine purpose. How we stretch out our DNA and activate it in the sun. The light of the sun. It is our sustainer, Father, God, Christ, force, energy. It is life. Now, the hidden path is the middle path. This is also something that comes forward in Christ's teachings. The middle path is the merging. Okay? The Christ, the Sun, the Sophia, the Earth, coming together. The marriage of spirit and matter. The Christ stabilizes. The feminine aligns. Creation happens. Now, we are currently in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of Sophia, the rise of Sophia, the feminine aspect of Christ, or the earth. This is the rise of the earth, the period in which we move towards 5D, the fifth dimension. Once again, 5 being feminine and harmonious. The mother. Sophia is the Holy Mother, the divine feminine. So this next visual, at the time when Christ incarnated as Jesus, the symbol of the cross was used to indicate Christ coming down to the earth plane. Jesus walking the earth in a physical form. Okay? When you connecting the heavens to the earth, during the rise of and the planetary movement was down. This was 2,000 years ago or more. Okay? We are now curving upward. And the visual that I got was the cross, but upside down, because it's the earth moving up. The earth is rising as Sophia to the fifth dimension, which is higher than that original consciousness density that existed when Jesus was incarnated. We have progressed as consciousness, and we are now ascending, we are rising. God carrying down, bringing heaven to earth. Sophia brings earth to heaven, moving up or ascending. And I was reminded that Venus, the symbol of Venus, is a circle with a cross beneath it. And that's meant to signify being above earth, a higher octave of earth, our older sister. You could look at it. And that is that inverted cross, that having that foundation and moving up towards higher consciousness. The cross itself, regardless of how you use it, is a holy symbol. It is a holy symbol. When it is used to represent dark occult practice of any kind, it carries a very severe karmic penalty. One that is directly connected to Christ. It should be avoided at all costs. It should be seen as holy, regardless of what you believe in, and it should be respected and honored. Just for the record. That was the whole message. Today is a powerful portal. I had to combine those two words to form a new one. It is bringing forward a stable foundation to build upon for each and every person and for all of us collectively. Everyone can choose to move towards their highest potential, their divine potential, to seek out and ascertain through inner work, introspection, the information needed for this process. Every person can do this. It's highly supported right now, so I would recommend it. It's way more fun. Ultimately, it's way more fun. It feels so much better than self-destruction and numbness. Just a suggestion. And with that, I'm going to wish you a beautiful evening. And a happy week ahead. I'm sure I'll be back on before the end of the week. Interesting, I'm smelling laundry detergent. Or potpourri, some kind of like scent. Like meadows. I'm not doing laundry and I don't use fragrance because it's toxic and it hurts me. Anyhow, sending you all my love, and I'll talk to you soon.